How did you come across this term, personal energy management? It's something that you have developed yourself.
That's right. I coined it, and what I felt was people learn finance management, they learn marketing management, they do the MBAs of the world, right? But till they know how to manage themselves, none of these disciplines will have any use. So you need to know how to manage personal energy, and it is about managing your energy. For instance, if someone says that you have hurt me, or you have fooled me, right? That inherently is wrong. That means you have allowed yourself to be hurt and allowed yourself to be fooled. That means you have not managed your energy sufficiently well. So this concept, many people don't realize it, that you can manage your energy. You can determine whether energy should be given. You don't want to give energy, you can hold on to your energy. Some people, just to give an example, people come and if you're unguarded, you may find yourself suddenly drained. And you say, I just met that man and I just feel completely drained. Now, what happens is when you're unguarded, the energy completely gets transferred. The lower energy being sucks the energy from the higher energy being. That's what happens. So these things, not many people know.
Tell us more about it.
I've been into understanding energy and understanding human behavior basically since 1987. Since my early childhood days, you can say. I've been always fascinated into wondering why people behave the way they do. When someone sits, why does he cross his hands like that? Why does he cross his legs? Or why do relationships become better or become worse? Things like that. And my path took me to healing, where I learned Reiki, and over the years I became a teacher. And then I was treating a lot of people in Bombay. And during those treatments, I could understand how energy functions. I was introduced to this concept of energy. This was in 1995. And I got fascinated by, just how it moves in the body, how it resides in the body, and how it moves outside the body. And I devoted my life to studying this subject. And my column, I started writing a column in the Times of India called Connecticut, which was based on my experiences in healing. So what I found was, what the medical world says is the truth, need not necessarily be the truth. And what the spiritualists have said, and what science has ultimately said, has found a common ground. So I further went into the subject of science and spirituality, and tried to understand where spirituality meets physics and chemistry and biology and mathematics. And everything I found is based on the same premise. So I formulated this course called Personal Energy Management, where I felt that people do not know how to understand their energy flow. Personal energy management basically is to monitor how much energy comes into your body, what it does inside you, and how much goes out. Simply put, this is what it is. And day in and day out, we do that without realizing we are doing it. So these are workshops that I conduct in Bombay, 8-hour workshops. I don't claim to know everything about the subject. I invite people to prove me wrong. I tell them, please prove me wrong, so that the more the churning, the more we learn. The moment you say I know, that means you don't know. That's the premise on which I work, and it's been happening for about 4 or 5 years now. And earlier I used to have it only for 16 to 25-year-olds, because these youngsters have a lot of questions about rituals, about spirituality, about religion, whether it's the same thing or not, and whether it's cool to follow religion or not. And they question their fathers and mothers, who I feel is the unfortunate generation, because they could not question their fathers and mothers, who used to say, just elders have said it, so just do it. And the youngsters, today's generation, is not willing to take I don't know for an answer. So it's that father-mother generation which is trapped. So I thought of probably contributing to that vacuum there. So I used to have this workshop only for these youngsters. And there used to be a lot of questions. Why? And I used to answer to the best of my knowledge. That went on for say 6, 7 workshops like that. And then the elders said, why not for us? Don't exclude the elders, because they also don't know the answers. Not that I know all the answers, but so that's where I broad-based it, and it's been going on for about 5 years, I think.
Sridhar, energy is a concept that not many of us understand. It is something intangible. How do you use it as a commodity?
Much of the ailments that people face today, I found, are more psychosomatic in nature. It's more mental than physical. And the names of the ailments are so huge and so bombastic that people get scared of it right at the first instance. I'll give you an example. In my workshop, there was this lady who, approximately 55 years old, she was sitting on the chair throughout the workshop, and I take 8-hour workshops from 9 to 5. Okay, so there is a section in the workshop where I tell the participants to speak to their body. So whichever part of the body they want to, they can put their hands there and talk to it like a friend. Now this is a very alien concept for many. They don't know what to talk, whether the body will respond, and they feel stupid doing it. But this lady was sitting on the chair, and I said, well, talk to your body. So she said, okay, I'll talk to my knee. So, no, at the start of the session, I asked her, why aren't you sitting down? She said, I have some big ailment, I think osteoarthritis. She had osteoarthritis, and the doctor has said that you cannot sit down. Right? So she was sitting on the chair. And during that session, she put her hands on her knee and closed her eyes, and she was talking to the body. So I asked her what the knee is telling her. So she said, the knee is telling me to sit down. So I said, okay, so sit down. So she sits down and she weeps. She weeps and weeps and weeps. And everybody in the room, about 25 people, they're all stunned and they're just waiting for her to stop. So once she stops, I asked her, what happened? So she said, I am sitting down after 10 years. That ailment, that name of the ailment is so strong that you tend to believe that you have that ailment. Maybe she had it, but the point is that the knee, it's all about connecting with your body, and the knee will cooperate with you. It's basically your friend, so it'll work with you to heal yourself. So that was one instance which was remarkable. Another instance is in the Connecticut group, where we have a couple staying in the US who are our members. Now they used to take training classes for juvenile delinquents. These boys were violent, okay, and housed in, say, quasi jails, you can say. And they used to come under police escort to these people. Now one evening, one boy, Joe, 12 years old, he was chatting with me. So he was saying in the course of the chat, it was very interesting that I was chatting with a 12-year-old boy from a juvenile delinquent house, you can say. So he was saying that I don't have any friends, sir. I have only 2 friends. And he named the couple who were training him. So I said, soon you will have many, many more friends. So what I did was, I wrote in the Connecticut group, saying that there is this boy Joe in the US who has only 2 friends. And he doesn't know what to do about it. And he's termed violent, and he's in this jail kind of thing. So one member's daughter, who was 9 years old, she read this. She took a printout of it, and she took it to a school in Chembur. She read it out in class. The entire class, 80, 90 of them, how many ever, they made cards for Joe. The cards were posted to Joe in the US, to his jail. So when Joe received those mails, from an unknown quarter of the world, unknown people are sending him love. That love, that influx of so much energy completely washed him, and he transformed. He got released from that house or that jail faster than what he was meant to be. This boy had never prayed. So when he came back, and he's from a violent family, so he came back to his grandmother's house. In the garage, he formed his own prayer temple. First time, okay, with 3 stones. 1 stone, and the 2 stones were for the couple who are our members, and 3rd stone was for me.
Okay.
And he transformed 2 more people, 2 more boys. Now what happened is, the other boys who were still violent did not like what he was doing. So one fine day they came and killed him.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was the story of Joe. which is as traumatic as it can be. But for me, when I see it from an energy point of view, how a person can be completely washed clean, by just a force of love. We hoard, I'm using the word hoard, emotions in our system. Food, when we have food, the body takes in how much it wants and then it's discarded. Water, when we have it, the body discards it. Nothing else goes out consciously. We don't discard thoughts. We don't make money go out of our system. We hoard money. We hoard relationships. We hoard everything that we have. So what happens is this stagnates in our body and it rots. And that stops the flow of energy. So, and that causes multiple ailments. The first ailment that gets caused is knee pain. Because energy gets trapped in the joints. So if you understand these are the implications of energy not flowing in your body, then you won't need to worry, oh, my knee is paining, I may need an arthroscopy. Maybe you don't need, all you need to do is talk and take out that emotion of your system, like kachra, and your knee pain will go. So this is what, energy management and understanding energy helps.
Sridhar, I want you to give me a one word or one line answer to the following questions. Okay. So let us be a little quick about it, okay? Now the first question. If you had an opportunity to associate with a god man or god woman or a saint, who would that be?
Myself.
What would citizens do on their last day on earth?
They would just thank for all the time that they spent here.
Sridhar, can Connecticut save our country?
I don't agree with the concept of save because we are fine anyways. It depends on how you look at it. So I feel everything is fine and it'll just get better.
The crime rate and temple prosperity are both growing at the same rate. Please comment on that.
Crooks are getting into temples, I guess. The question of the temples can grow, but what you do inside the temple is more important. If the temples can reduce crime rate in the long run, then fine, it is justified. But otherwise, they should be demolished themselves.
India, the world believes, is on its way to become a superpower. Will it be a spiritual power, a commercial power, or a nuclear power?
Spiritual, because spiritual and spirituality is connected in all three. So even nuclear is nuclear energy. It's after all, and spirituality is energy. So as long as we are energetically growing and become an energetic superpower, I think then everything else just falls into place.
Sridhar, if you requested a prayer at Connecticut, what would that be for?
May the person sitting or standing next to me be successful in his life.
Artist, healer, scientist, photographer, singer. Will the real Sridhar please stand up? Perhaps you could sing a few lines for us of your favorite song.
Notwithstanding the voice right now?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay, this is a very old song sung by Rafi sir. I'll just sing 3 lines for it. Man re tu kahe na dheer dhare o nirmohi moh na jaane जिनका मोह करे मन रे तू काहे ना धीर धरे इस जीवन की चढ़ती ढलती रूप को किसने बांधा रंग पे किसने पहरे डाले किसने बांधा, काहे ये जतन करे, मन रे तू काहे न धीर धरे, ओ निर्मोही मोह न जाने, जिनका मोह करे, मन रे तू काहे न धीर धरे.
It was wonderful, Sridhar. This is one of my favorite Rafi songs. Thank you so much for being here with us.
You're welcome.
1% here, 1% there, 1% everywhere. Sridhar believes that it is this collective energy of strong, positive vibrations that can make mountains move. What about your 1%? Stay connected to VOICESNVIEWS.com. For every Friday, we meet a new guest. Thank you so much for your messages. Keep them coming at voicesandviews@gmail.com. It's goodbye for now.